All right, Gallup, New Mexico. It's Jason Valentine with Coldwell Banker High Desert Realty, and I want to thank you for joining me on this episode of Going Deep with Gallup Real Estate 101, because today we're going to talk about 2020 projections. And you know, guys, a lot of people are still nervous about what happened in 2008 with the real estate market crisis and what's going on in the market. Are we going to have another crisis, another crash, etc.? Guys, this is some great information for you. I'm hoping you'll stick with me through this entire episode. And I want to hear your comments below. Let me know what you think about this information. And if you have somebody who's thinking about making a purchase or maybe selling a home in 2020, let's get this information to them so that way they know what decisions they can make. They're becoming better informed. And of course, that helps them better in their family. So let's just jump in on 2020 projections, and there's three projections that we want to talk about today: is interest rates, number of home sales, and amount of appreciation that we're going to see for our houses. So I want to start off on interest rates because historically we are at like some of the lowest interest rates ever, and I just want to break this down for you. In the 1970s, the entire decade of the 1970s, the average interest rate was 8.86%. In the 80s, it was 12.7%. In the 90s, the average interest rate on a home loan was 8.12%. And in the 2000s, it's been 6.9%, or 6.29%, excuse me. Right now, guys, interest rates are incredibly low. They're at about 3.7, 3.8%, and they are projected from National Association of Realtors, Mortgage Bankers Authority, or Association, excuse me, the Freddie Mac and Freddie Mae. They're all projecting interest rates to stay between 3.7 and 3.8% throughout 2020. What that means to you, if you're a buyer, is you can afford a lot more house than what your parents might have done in the 80s. Guys, it just means these lower interest rates means housing is incredibly affordable. Also, another note, guys, if you have a home loan currently and you're up in the 5-6% rate, you might want to consider refinancing. That's a great opportunity to drop your interest rate and probably drop your payments several hundred of dollars. Talk to your loan officers. They can help you out there. So interest rates are incredibly low. We're expecting them to stay under 4% throughout 2020. That's great for you guys who are buying homes. It just goes a lot further than if you're renting. Talk about home sales. And 3 out of the 4 projections on home sales were very favorable. The National Association of Realtors said that there's going to be about 6,040,000 homes that sold in 2019. Well, for 2020, they're expecting 6.3 million homes to be sold throughout 2020, which is about about a 5% uptick from what we saw in 2019. Mortgage Bankers Association is up about 230,000 homes from 2019 to 2020 is what they expect. They expect low interest rates and inventory levels to cause, inventory levels to increase, which is going to cause these additional home sales. Freddie Mac is up about 69,000. They're expecting a higher number of home sales to happen in 2020 than 2019. Now, if you're a homeowner, you always want to know about the appreciation value of your homes. And as I go into this next chart, I want you guys to remember the average appreciation historically for a home is 3.6%. So that means if you had a $200,000 home last year, the historic average would have been about a $207,200 is what your value is this year. So this is what I want to let you know. For 2019 as a whole, 2019, we saw a 3.5% property value increase in 2019. Now, home appreciation throughout 2020, we have several agencies. CoreLogic, who is just a data, they just collect so much data. CoreLogic is saying a 5.4% increase. Fannie Mae is expecting a 4.1% increase. Zeldman, who's another real estate conglomerate, 3.9%. And even the National Association of Realtors at 3.6% is expecting an average year of home property value gains. Guys, if you take the average of all of these, it looks like it's probably floating around whatever, which means that same $100,000 house you were going to buy this year is going to cost you almost $105,000 next year. Now's a great time to act, especially with the low interest rates. So guys, this is just your 2020 projections. My crystal ball is broken. It's in the shop. That's why I've got to use these organizations to get our information out. But what it really boils down to is 2020 is shaping up to be a great year for real estate, a great year for first-time home buyers with these low interest rates, and for people who own property, a great little year of property value gain. Guys, this is Jason Valentine with Coldwell Banker High Desert Realty. I hope you enjoyed this video. Expect more from your realtor. Share this information with friends and family. Give me some comments below, and we're going to see you next week with another great episode of Going Deep with Gallup Real Estate 101. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.